this episode, I'll be showing you how to make a couple of beautiful and elegant Christmas trees using coffee filters and dollar store floral to sprinkle around your home this holiday season. Now, before we get started with the project, I want to tell you about our sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes. The classes on Skillshare cover everything from creative to entrepreneurial skills. There's a course for literally anything you want to learn. Now, most of you may know I have my own design business and my own YouTube channel, so I'm constantly needing to brush up on my skills. And I'm constantly busy, so I don't have time to bear through traffic, sit in classes or seminars, which, by the way, can cost thousands of dollars. So I literally learn everything I need to learn online. I am very excited about Skillshare because I'm working on a new project. It's a children's book series. So I wanted a creative way to bring my stories to life. So through Skillshare, I found a great course taught by Abby Lawson. It's called Animation for Illustration. In it, she teaches you step by step how to take your illustrations, add color, add movement, and really bring the characters to life. Who knows, very soon I might have my own children's animated channel. Now, there's just so much on Skillshare to learn. Since my premium membership gives me unlimited access to thousands of courses, I'm also taking a course called DIY Cinematography. Now, this course by Booth shows you how to make your videos look like movies. And since I'm doing a show with lots of visuals, I want your experience to be as visually beautiful as possible. Now, you know, all this unlimited access to all this knowledge from experts in their field is very valuable. But unlike most in-person classes or even online classes, Skillshare will cost you less than $10 a month. That's crazy. And what's even better is because Skillshare is sponsoring this video, you can sign up with the link in the description tab and get a trial 2-month period absolutely free. So you get 2 months free of all of these classes. I know there's a skill you always wanted to learn to add to your knowledge to make yourself or your craft more valuable, whether it be photography, painting, web design, business productivity, is all there on Skillshare. So take advantage of this great offer and find the course that is perfect for you and get to work. Now let's get to work. For this project, I was really inspired by this photo. I really love the silver teapot with the roses. It just feels so soft and rich and romantic. My favorite Christmas look. So I'll be making a few floral Christmas trees to give me that same look and feeling. To make my Christmas trees, I went to Dollar Tree and picked up medium and small silver bowls, a 22 by 28 inch white poster board, mini crystal bulbs, diamond wrap ribbon, a pack of coffee filters, silk roses, lavender, white poinsettias, and decorative silver ornaments. I'm also using glass and acrylic beads I already had. These you could find at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. And to hold all the pieces together, I'm using a hot glue gun. First, I want to start by making a couple of cone shapes for my Christmas trees. I'm taking a white poster board and I'm going to fold this in half and then cut it. I'm using 1/2 to make my largest cone shape. Starting on one end, I'm going to bend it over like a triangle and start rolling it into a cone. And I want to make sure that bottom end forms a point. And I want to make sure the other wide end fits into the silver base I'm going to put it in. So I'll adjust it accordingly, cut off the excess, and then tape the sides. I'm using packing tape here. Then you want to cut around the bottom so that it sits flat on the surface. This cone is about 13 inches tall. I cut the other half of the poster board in half and make 2 more cones. one at 11 inches and one at 9 inches. Next, I'll make the base for these trees. With the hot glue, I'm gluing the smaller silver plastic bowl on top of the medium-sized silver bowl. Now I'm going to flip that over and make 3 base, 2 with a large and a small bowl and 1 with 2 small bowls. And then we're going to hot glue each cone inside the base, making sure the cones sit up straight. Now starting with the largest cone, I'm going to make my first floral tree out of coffee filter roses. I have a more detailed video on how to do this, and you can click on a link above to see that. But this will be a little bit of a quicker version. I'm using 3 coffee filters instead of 6. For each rose, take the coffee filters, put them together, fold them in half, then fold them in half again, and fold them in half one more time. Now you want to draw a rose petal shape and then cut that out. Unfold the sheets completely to open them up. And then you're going to rotate each sheet so that the petals do not line up. Then you're going to fold those in half and fold them in half once more. Now you're going to take your fingers, or I like to use tweezers, and grab close to the right side 2 sheets, the first 2 sheets, and then start rolling it inward. And while you're rolling it inward, you're going to loosely roll the bottom by the tip so that it makes a cone shape. Next, I'm going to put a little hot glue on the outside edge to close that rose up. And starting from the outside, pull the petals down to open them up to make it look more like a rose so that you can see the petals. Continue doing that as you get up towards the center, and you'll have something that looks like this. Since I want these roses to sit close to the cone, I'm going to cut the bottom part off so that it'll sit close to the cone. And I want to put hot glue all over the entire bottom so that those pieces stay together, and just stick it onto the cone and let it hang over the edge a little bit. And I'm going to go all the way around with that. And as I start getting close to the top, I want my roses to be smaller, so I'm going to draw petals closer to the bottom so I could cut out and make smaller flowers. And now that I have all my roses on, I want to add a little color to this. And for that, I'm using watercolors. And I want to mix some light colors that will match the colors in my inspiration photo. So keeping my brush diluted with water, I'm going to go into each rose right in the center, starting with the center, and add color. I'm going to stick the brush all the way in the inside and just sort of rotate outward. And I want to brush some color in the inside of the petals. So even on the outside, I'm going to go out and brush some colors all the way back into the inside of the petals, so that you have most of the color coming from the inside and just sort of fading out as it comes out. So I'm going through it and I'm painting the roses, alternating pink and yellow to sort of match that image. Okay, so now that this is done, I'm working on sort of a tree topper. I put a small silver ball at the top of the tree, and I just stuck that through the hole that was up there. And I'm using this ornament. I'm going to use the branches from this little silver ornament to make some silver branches to go around the sphere at the top. And I'm just going to hot glue those all the way around. And now let's decorate the tree. I think I want to make a pearl and crystal garland to go around this tree. So I'm using a piece of wire, a long piece of wire, and I had these beads that I had for a while. So I'm just going to alternate crystal and pearl. And I want to make a long enough strand to wrap all the way around this tree. and I think that should just do it. Now, of course, making your own roses could take a while, so I'm going to show you with this next one how you can just use silk roses to create the same look or a different look. With these, I'm going to start by pushing the leaves all the way up to the head of the flower, and I'm going to cut the stem really close to the end of the flower. And just hot glue the roses to the base. And as I go up, I'm going to alternate the flowers with lavender. So I have something that looks like this. And now I'm just going to go back and fill in some spaces and make sure I have a tree-like shape. So I'm going to put some more lavender at the bottom and spread it out so that it goes up into a point and flares out at the bottom. And of course, this one with the silk flower took a fraction of the time and is just as beautiful. But of course, I love making things. For the topper, I cut the front part of another ornament, and I'm going to hot glue that on top and then cut the base of a silver bulb and hot glue that on top of that. To decorate around the tree, I'm adding a pearl, a crystal, and another pearl to a piece of wire, and I'm going to twist that into a ball. And I'm going to use pieces of this pearl crystal pearl combination to make little bulbs that will go around the tree. I'm also going to add some silver Christmas bulbs around this tree. Now I think that's perfect, and it also still feels like my inspiration photo. Now for my last and smallest tree, I decided to use the Christmassy white poinsettias. And for these, I'm just taking the flower off the stem and I'm gluing that directly to the cone. And instead of going all the way up to the top with flowers, I decided to add about 2.5 inches of diamond wrap all the way up to the point. And at the bottom, I'll just hot glue the flower petals around the edges so that they don't show. For this topper, I'm adding a large pearl and 2 rows of crystal beads, small and then a medium size. To trim this tree, I'm going to cut a long strand of diamond wrap and wrap it around the tree like garland. I'm not sure if I mentioned, but these are all leftover flowers I had from buying other flowers. And I found these silver poinsettias. I think I'm going to add a couple of these too. And lastly, I want to add this sheer ribbon. I think it adds a little sparkle. And I'm just going to curl it around and have it sit sort of under the diamond wrap. And I think each of them came out really lovely. Perfect sitting in a group or standing alone. And I think these would make great floral centerpieces for a Christmas event. And while I was looking through my closet for flowers for this project, guess what I found? This beautiful silver teapot. I didn't even know I had this. I completely forgot I bought this old and tarnished at a thrift store, and I put it away a year ago waiting to clean and polish it up. I cannot tell you how many times that whatever I'm thinking of just sort of magically appears. Now I have exactly the look I wanted. Don't forget to click on the link below and take advantage of the 2 months free offer and expand your creativity with Skillshare. For more home, food, and gardening tips, follow me at Your House of Home and Your House of Home TV on all social media.